Okay, next question. Hannah conducted an experiment in a dark room, as shown in the diagram below. So let's look at her setup. We have a torch that obviously provide light, right? So the light will be going out from the torch, okay, in this direction. Remember, light travels in a straight line, okay? So whether it passes through this material or not, it really depends on the what? On the how transparent the material is. So she had three different materials: a frosted glass sheet, a clear glass sheet, and a metal sheet. Now we know that a frosted glass sheet is translucent, right? What does translucent mean? Anybody knows? Can you remember what translucent means? Translucent would mean that it only allows some light to pass through. Okay? Translucent means allows some light to pass through. Okay? So some light. Not all of the light, only some light. Okay? Some will be blocked. Alright? And then for a clear plastic sheet, the word clear, okay, is very it tells you, quite clearly that the word clear here, the clear plastic sheet, means it's transparent. Am I right? And what does transparent mean? Transparent means it allows what? Some light to pass through? No, it allows all, alright, or most light to pass through. Okay, most light to pass through. And then and a metal sheet. We know that metals, especially a metal sheet, right? A metal sheet is opaque, right? Opaque. And opaque allows no light to pass through, right? So we know this, right? So we know that the frosted glass sheet is translucent. Okay, so this is translucent. We know that a clear plastic sheet is transparent, right? And we know that the metal sheet is opaque. Okay, so the metal sheet is opaque. We know this, right? Okay, so what is the aim of Hannah's experiment? Now remember, this kind of question is quite common, alright? What is the aim of this and what is the aim of that? Now the aim of in a science experiment, alright, the aim is always, okay, the aim of a science experiment, okay, the aim is always to see, alright, or to, the aim is to, investigate, alright, or to see how, okay, aim is to find out how what we change, okay, affects what we measure. Okay, so this is a very easy way to remember. The aim of an experiment is always to find out how what we change affects what we measure. So if you look at this, what do we change? Okay, so the aim of the experiment, alright, the aim is the experiment is, okay, to find out what is it that we change in this experiment. We change the material, right? So the aim of the experiment is to find out what if, right, is to find out how, right, the different materials, okay, affect the light sensor reading. Okay, so because Alright, so hold on, let me see this. Okay, so to find out how the different materials affect the light sensor reading, and that is the aim of the experiment now. But it doesn't say much, right, as to why, isn't it? Because the aim is always also tied to the why. So to find out how the different materials affect the light sensor reading, well, you might want to rephrase this. Alright, you might want to rephrase this so that you can also address the why. Okay, in this case, we can say that, right? Okay, why? Why do you think Hannah wants to find out how the different materials affect the light sensor reading? Well, we can put it this way, right? Hannah, the aim, okay, oops, the aim of the experiment, okay, is to find out what or which materials allow the most light to pass through. This could also be another answer. Okay, the aim of the experiment is to find out which materials allow most light to pass through, or the aim of the experiment is to find out how much light, okay, each material allow to pass through. Okay, so I've given you three possible answers. Alright, the first answer is to find out how the different materials affect the light sensor readings. Okay, but that answer, in my opinion, is not the best one because it does not address to why Hannah is doing it. Okay, the second answer is the aim of the experiment is to find out which material allow most light to pass through, or which material allow least light to pass through. Well, that could also be another answer. Okay, a third possible answer is the aim of the experiment is to find out how much light each material allow to pass through. Okay, so these are the three different possible answers. My favorite is, of course, this third answer here. I think this would definitely give you the mark. Okay, if you look at the second part of the question, the graph below shows the results of Hannah's experiment. Now, Hannah's teacher looked at her results and told her that she made two mistakes. Now, state the mistake. We know that the metal sheet, okay, is opaque. Now, what does opaque mean? Let's revise. What does opaque mean? Let's put it like that. Okay, let's bring this. Let's bring this to the other side of the whiteboard. Okay, all right, to the other side of the whiteboard. We know that opaque does not allow any light to pass through. Allows no light to pass through means does not allow any light to pass through. All right. So if the opaque material, which is metal sheet, does not allow any light to pass through, this reading is wrong, isn't it? What should the reading be? All right. In my if you, following the definition of no light passing through, this is wrong. It should not be there. Where should it be then? It should be at no light passing through. Where is no light passing through? No light passing through must be here, isn't it? Because this is 0. Okay. So, what's the first mistake? The first mistake is that, okay, the metal sheet, the line or the graph for the metal sheet should be at 0, isn't it? Okay, the graph of the metal sheet should be at 0. Okay, because why? Because what? Because opaque materials would not allow any light to pass through. Okay, so this is a better answer. I mean, this is an answer that I would write down. Okay, the graph for the metal sheet, or the line for the metal sheet, should be at 0 because opaque materials do not allow any light to pass through. Error number 2 is, okay, now I've given you a clue. If opaque is wrong because it does not allow any light to pass through, it should be at 0, alright, and the graph does not state that it is at 0. Let's look at the frosted glass allows more light than the clear plastic sheet. Okay, so this would mean that the second error is that the frosted glass, right, the frosted glass graph, right, should have a higher reading compared to the the frosted glass should have a lower, right, should have a lower reading compared to the clear plastic sheet. Because what the graph here is saying is that the frosted glass has the most amount, followed by the clear plastic sheet. So the frosted glass should have a lower reading compared to the clear plastic sheet because, right, because frosted glass only allow some light to pass through, right, whereas clear plastic allows most light to pass through. So you can see that knowing your definitions well for translucent, transparent and opaque is very handy, so that when you're answering section B, you can use those definitions and apply them to what the question wants. Okay, so with that, that answers this question. I hope you understand. If you don't, please drop me a note. If you disagree with my answers or you think you have a better answer, you can also drop or write it on the wall that we use for our discussions. Okay, with that, thank you very much.